Hello, hello, Cancers. How are you guys doing today? My favorite of all. My daughter's a Cancer. A pill, but a Cancer. Anyway, welcome. I'm Patty, and I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot if you're brand new, and I do also different types of coaching, which you can see down below. So we're getting ready to do the week of September 28th through the 4th of October. Now, the end of the month, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of energies, and I'll share some of those with you through the reading because they will be very important to you, especially Cancers. Very realistic, very family-oriented kind of people. Let's see. Wow. We've got the desert, which was also Pisces. Pisces had that one. 4, which is stability. 5 is stability. 4, stability. So we're actually looking at trying to figure out what's going on right now, sort of under the soil, trying to figure out what is important to you, what is priorities, getting to the basics, getting to the roots of something, and trying to figure out what and how to make things work in a positive manner or balanced manner, because underneath you can see the cactus there, all green, nice and pretty green, but it's desert, it's dry, so where's it getting its water? So that's all underneath. Everything's happening from underneath. So that's why we're going to be looking at the desert. Okay, that's the first energy out. And is there any other energy for this week? Hopefully there is. Let's see what there is. Spark. So we have spark, dry desert, and spark. Boy, don't start that desert in a dry area, or don't start a fire in a dry area. I'm in Oregon. We just went through all that. Pretty scary. We actually had to not evacuate. We had to be ready to go, though. So let's see what's going on. Anything else? So we do have a spark now. It could be love. It could be a passion for something, a desire for something. So we might see a lot of cups in this one. So is there anything else? Let's see what we're going to sort of make. We have this one come up a lot. We got the Dragon's Lair, which is 10. So 1, and 4, and 7. We'll see what this all brings. So the Dragon's Lair, actually we're going to see what that is going to project. You know what? I forgot what the Dragon Lair is. And I just had the Dragon Lair yesterday. It's been one of these weeks, you know. I've gotten sort of thrown off a little bit here in between readings, so bear with me. I'm trying to get my bearings back. All right. So the Dragon's Lair. So you have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. So you're about to enter dangerous territories, or tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel when you enter a relationship, knowing that you will be changed forever. So that's pretty much the Dragon's Lair. So something's coming up that's going to change, but you know what? Don't let fear stop you on that. Yeah, something good is coming. The world. So even though things are, the first energy out is a dry desert, that means something's working underneath. That we usually say, you know, like it's working in the backstage, or something is happening. So you've got these 3 energies right out of the chute. So this is good. This is really, really good. So something is working behind the scenes pretty much. And this is a passion of something that you want. So it might be a person, but this is a passion of something you want, or you're going to be doing, or you want to be doing, or maybe you're playing around with an idea in your head and you're just needing to figure it out because it's something new, a little scary, not quite sure. But like the Dragon Lair says, even though it might test you to the core, it's a little exciting, you know. It's also like being an entrepreneur. It's all brand new, it's all fresh, it's very scary but exciting at the same time because you're going to be your own boss. Been there, done that for what, 17 years on one business. That worked and co-partnered in Japan for a company. I owned and designed a pizza company, and then another bodybuilding, and also that kind of thing. So anyway, we do have the High Priestess. So looking at your intuition is going to be really key. Also getting balance, making sure things are balanced while you're trying to figure things out, trying to, get to the root of things. You're going to have to really be due diligent, which is really true about the end of the month in the Mars retrograde. And also, so I'm curious. So for those of you that are watching, whether you're live or if you're watching this recorded, is the retrograde actually, are you noticing the changes with the retrograde? Things sort of not balanced, things sort of, it's easy to get into an argument. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of, I call them kerfuffles, a lot of agreeing to disagree, or you're just bickering. I'd be sort of curious on your comments to know if you guys are feeling that way too. Because it's a very uncertain time during the Mars retrograde. But this is something balanced. So remember, while you're actually getting ready for whatever this is that you're doing, I don't know what that's you, make sure that you're balanced. Make sure that if there is a partnership or if you're doing something with somebody, that there is balance, that give and take is sort of an even thing, because that can create animosity later, which it would in Mars retrograde very easy. All right. Let's see what else we've got going here. And so we have the new moon on the 1st as well. And that'll be a harvest moon, which is really a good moon. Big moon. You'll see it. It's the autumn moon. And we have the Ace of Wands, so something being offered or being planted. It could be being planted because remember, we're still in sort of a dry period, but we're actually have a little bit of a spark here. So we're actually seeing something grow. Something is taking root, taking hold. Like I said, it's all underground. That water is underground for those cactuses and all that kind of stuff. So deep within. Or if it rains, they hold all the water too. But yeah. So, but the harvest is coming. The harvest is coming with the harvest moon. All right. Okay. Oh dear. So we have the 5 of Swords. I'm going to leave that there and see what comes up after this one, because the 5 of Swords shows like somebody's not in agreement with something. And so that's why you really have to get to the roots and get to the basics and make sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, because this could cause a problem if something is that you're trying to grow and do new. All right. Somebody's at my door. Oh, well. All right. Let's see what else is going on. So we have the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords. Lots of swords here. Lots of truth. Getting to the truth. Getting to the facts. Getting to the root of it. Yeah, this has to do with the relationship, maybe. I've got a couple energies going here. I have a couple energies going here. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. There's a decision to be made and not quite sure which way to go. Definitely. Well, and that would make sense with your dry desert to try to figure out. But this is a spark. So this is a spark here. Got a couple different energies going here. Not quite sure what's going on here. So somebody, as you dig deep and try to figure out the end of the month, looking at the facts of everything. So the sword is for the end of the month, is basically looking at the truth, making sure that you're getting the truth and the facts, especially if it's a relationship. If it isn't a relationship, then you have to figure out what this offering is that you have. It's got to be something to do with your intuition. But this is what my concern is somebody maybe is very prideful, and somebody has too much pride, and that's where it could cause problems. Yeah, I don't know who that would be for. Somebody's trying to get away with something. Starts out really good. It's sort of almost like, okay, it's like when you're dating somebody, they put on this really nice face and they do all this nice stuff. And then a month after month after month, you really find out that the person is really not who they say. It's sort of like that energy. Like they're just trying to get away with something, trying to manipulate. Oh, okay, thank you. Somebody's trying to manipulate something. And why? Well, okay, thank you. So whatever this is, they're trying to manipulate for their gain. So be very careful. And this could be a relationship. This could be also a business thing. It could be school, a project. Somebody's like wanting to be a partner on a project and they're going to gain a lot from it, but they're not telling you, kind of thing. And then you're going to be stuck doing all the work. And that's not what this is supposed to be. See, remember we were talking about, yeah, something could be really fearful, but also exciting. Something's too good to be true. And there is a spark there. So something is good to come from it. Well, we can learn from a lesson from it. Definitely. Definitely. But there is a lot of, there's a lot of bickering. There's a lot of animosity. I don't see any violence, but you know what? This is Mars at the end of the month. This is Mars retrograde at the end of the month. So I don't know who that's for. So let's see what else we've got going. All right. My energies are a little off tonight, so bear with me. I really apologize. It's just like I've got too much going on in my head. I need to really ground myself. I really do. Yeah, somebody thinks that they're carrying too much of the burden, or they are carrying too much of the burden and need some help, some relief. And they're not. Yeah, here we go again with the Lover's card. So something's not being fair. Somebody's not feeling like they're being treated fair, or it's not a good situation. Again, somebody's, maybe they're sneaking around doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, because again, it's not only about the Seven of Swords, it's about what it means. The swords mean. So, the swords are actually a lot to do with mind and thinking and truth and that kind of thing. And the thing is that you can do two things with the sword. You can actually learn the truth and be honest with it, or you can actually cut the sword and divide. and then it's all done and over, you know. Sort of like David and Goliath. Goliath was knocked out, but he wasn't dead until they cut his head off. You know, so it's like that kind of thing where you can cut with it, and that's your tongue. You got to be able to communicate that. Wands are all about speaking and communication, so you need to be thinking about those things of what you are saying. Because, you know, you plant the seed, we plant the seed, and then, you know what, if we don't follow through, that's why words mean nothing to me most of the time. I mean, it's nice to hear good things, but your actions will really speak loud. Because when 2 and 2 does not add up to 4, then you really can figure, as an empath, you really can't lie to me. I mean, you can, but trust me, the light will show it. There isn't a time where I've been either lied to or somebody's tried to be sneaky, get away with something, and the divine has shown me. And I tell people that, and maybe that's why I'm single, because if you're going to lie to me, if you don't tell me, that I'll know it. And if I don't know it, the divine will show it. It's all about protecting me. So, and I thank him for that. I thank him for that protection. All right. So is there anything else? There's got to be something else here for you guys. Woo! So I don't know if this isn't a relationship. This probably has something to do. Well, I've got 2 lovers, so I don't know how that is. That's a bond together. Yeah. So somebody's trying to juggle way too much. Also, too, with money, it makes things sort of rocky because somebody wants to spend more than what they have, and they don't save, and that's where it creates a problem. Communication is really big with couples. Money and then sex, those, you know, those 2 really are the big communication issues. But somebody is, again, there's not balance. Somebody's trying to decide if they want to stay with this, and there could be some arguing. Really need to pay attention and get things back in balance and ask, because the world is there. It's for the first card out. So the world is there. There's that offering. So the world is there. So you should actually, embrace that. But there's definitely imbalance there. There's definitely some fighting about money there. And somebody's just juggling too many things at one time. Too many things at one time. All right. Divine or anyone, is there anything more that you would like me to share? Anything I missed? Okay. Thank you. So what I heard was don't lose that spark. Don't lose the spark. So whatever is going on with you, maybe create the spark. Maybe there's something that needs to be happening to create the spark. But the thing is that the 9 of Wands came up, and that is all about not only communication, but that is more of a pity party person. So if you're doing the woe is me, or you're complaining a lot, or playing the victim, or doing anything like that, then you really need to maybe rethink things and go back to your desert and try to look more at a positive, a lighter energy, because that might be creating this kerfuffle in this relationship. Because I think you're fighting about money, and also somebody's doing more than what they should, and also somebody's bored, so they're lying and doing stuff they're not saying. They're not being honest, and they're going and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and not sharing that with you. So that leaves you carrying, or whoever, carrying the burden of everything else. Oh, my cancers, my cancers. Anyway, that is your reading. Heavy reading. Just remember the end of the month, the energies are going to start to change. There is still going to be some uncertainty and things again at the end of this month. But the first of the month with the harvest moon, the energies are changing, but the Mars retrograde is still there. So we've got a lot of different things. So if you haven't subscribed and you would like to subscribe, please do that now and hit the bell. And that bell will tell you when I'm on live. And I will be doing on the 28th, I think at 4 o'clock, the moon, the full moon. Now we have 2 full moons in October. On the 31st, we have not only what is called the blood moon or the hunter's moon, it's also a blue moon, and it's Halloween. And do you know what about full moons and Halloween and all these other energies going on? Ooh, let's find out. But I'm only doing the first moon, 1st through the 15th. So hope to see you there. And thank you for listening, and hope this resonated with you. But also, too, send your comment. Let me know how the retrograde's been treating you and what has been happening in yours. Make a comment. Yes, it's been really crappy. I'm really full of anxiety. I'm really angry. I'm really testy. I'm really weepy. I'm really whatever. I'd love to hear from you. All right. You take care, Cancer, and we will see you on the 5th.